Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. The name is Mara. Today I will be watching a movie called Joseph. I think it's the King of Dreams. So today I will be watching this movie on my phone because it's the weekend and my children are not allowed to use any electronics like phone, computer, nothing during the week. So when it's like Friday after, they can use Friday after school into Sunday evening. So whenever it's the turn to have that computer and all of that, I cannot use it the whole weekend. I can't use it, except from when they go to bed, and I cannot wait. The time it's already late. Full disclaimer, if you didn't know yet, I'm a Christian. Yes, I am born into a Christian family. I have prayed for the sake. I've laid hands on people. I've preached. I sing. I translate. I do a lot of things in the church. My parents are Christians. They are pastors. My grandparents are pastors. My uncles are pastors with their own churches. So an evangelist, prophetess, like the whole generational thing. The only thing that I have not done as a Christian is blessed a wedding, host, I don't know, can I say host? Host a funeral and baptize people. And those are the three things I will not do. So I have seen Joseph movie, live action. I know there are so many versions of everything. I have seen it. My father has cassettes, like the old school cassettes, video cassette, of those, of like every person in the Bible. And I've seen it all. And I know my Bible. I know sometimes when they're trying to make live action anything of a real life event, and yes, I say real life, so be mad about it if you want, to each their own. I say real life event. I know sometimes they want to dramatize stuff, they want to put drama where there's no drama, they're trying to make it interesting, they want to sell tickets, they want to sell cassettes or CDs. So I will not judge this movie according to what I know from the Bible. If there's something wrong or something that didn't happen, if they add something, I would just watch this like a regular movie, and I will enjoy it for a regular movie. So if you expect me to be like, no, this is wrong, this wasn't here, no, no, I won't do that. This is a movie, a normal movie, although I know what will happen in the movie. But let's see, maybe there will be some surprise in here. With that said,
Look at yourself, Father. You would think this was your first child.
It was different with your mother. Rachel, we gave up hope. We were told she could never have children.
yeah, she just had two kids. I know back in the days and still now, even in my country, people value more men than women, but they forget that women are the ones giving birth to those men.
Where there was none.
Oh, they would be singing. Look at them being happy for some years.
Stand apart from other men.
We'll stand beside him and together we'll be a family.
No. I think this is Jacob's fault. A lot of this is Jacob's fault.
Your trials the lightest.
Look at that tongue. Yeah, I like the transition.
Beautiful child, you are the best. Your day.
Okay, smart too. Jacob is spoiling this child, and it is his fault. I'm gonna explain at the end, so before you stop typing, take it easy. This was a long song. It's a really long song. That is cool animation. Yeah, the first dream about the wolf.
No! Stop!
Oh,
The ram. The wolves killed the ram. It was dead. I don't understand. It all seems so real.
it must be like 4 or 5 in the morning. This is Jacob's fault.
Joseph, God has a plan
So the
and a
other
purpose
kids
for
are
you.
useless. You have a purpose.
Jacob, even God rested on the seventh day. He'll find his future soon enough. Let him be with his brothers.
Please, let me do that.
Have to be very careful. You might cut your hands on the soft fur.
Get away.
Jealousy.
You're not tired because you got up early. It's because you were out all night.
Why, you little sneak.
I know about everything. The women and the drinking. There's a lot Father doesn't know.
You wouldn't.
Oh, he would.
Oh no, you shouldn't say that. Jealousy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. People were brave back then.
What happened?
This is how you take charge? Expect you to watch after Joseph. But you abandoned my son! My son!
Aren't we your sons too?
Joseph didn't really see the future, did he?
He did. The ram just died. And he dreamt about it. Sometimes in love you shouldn't tell people your business. Just keep quiet about stuff. This dream. The dream that got him in trouble. The dream that got him in trouble. And he just had to tell them that he stood above them all.
I was above you, and your wheat bowed to me.
I wonder what that's supposed to mean.
Nothing.
Jacob said nothing. Jacob said nothing.
They were bowing to me too.
Ooh, let's all bow down to Joseph.
We can't ignore these dreams.
Are you saying that Joseph belongs above all of us, even Judah?
Look at what your dreams have done.
Don't get mad at me. I didn't ask for them.
But you didn't have to tell them.
Life is a lot harder for them than it ever will be for you.
Why do you defend them? They're not even your sons.
Can we all agree that something has to be done about Joseph?
I agree.
State.
Oh
I
my
just wanna-
gosh.
Put on us to Father?
You're his favorite.
No.
Oh yes, Master Joseph, ruler of the world.
Give it back.
This is Jacob's fault, basically. I'm talking about the movie.
Somebody! Please!
Just get out of here.
Maybe he can dream his way out.
Oh my gosh. Child.
You think this is funny? Well, Father won't be laughing when he hears... What are you doing? Ow! Let me go! You don't understand.
That is so sad. Like doing stuff like this to your own family. I get being mad and frustrated, but doing this to your own family, this is insane.
As agreed. 20 pieces of silver.
You wanna say you didn't know? The one saying why? You didn't know the deal?
Levi, please. Issachar.
I don't think they only did this because Jacob was, Joseph was the favorite. I think they could do it too because they are not like 100% brothers. If it was a whole, how do we say, a whole brother, I don't think they would have sold him. They maybe would have done some stupid prank. Imagine not being able to give birth and then your only child disappear or
This is all we found.
died. So heartless. Some people are so heartless. The songs are amazing in this movie.
He's too skinny. This is more like it.
Oh.
He looks healthy enough. Lord Potiphar.
Oh my god, burn it. I couldn't wash it. Poor boy. This is all Jacob's fault. I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna keep saying it. He has never done this in his life. Like, why?
Oh, you were right. He's all that you promised.
Me, but something is not quite right. You're a busy man. Anyone could make a mistake.
Master, I think you should see this.
Oh my god, Joseph in everybody's business. Therefore, you got sold.
Anyone can make a mistake. And yours is going to cost you your freedom.
Please.
You've done well. What's your name?
Joseph.
You're an educated slave. Where did you learn?
My father taught me.
My father spoiled me.
What a mess.
Good luck.
To prove his worth and make the
He gets to organize the room.
onward and onward the slow and steady climb.
Girl, that itch. You got so much freedom being a slave. Like, you will not know he's a slave.
To a good year.
Just judging
And
from
to
this
your friend.
movie.
Huh?
Girl, that itch will kill somebody.
I feel you are
I love you.
What? No.
to be with you.
No. This is not right.
Joseph, look at me.
No, I will not
I'm
betray my
talking
master.
to you.
Ma'am, he's a virgin. Mom?
You to stay. Everything you are, you owe to me.
This actually happens in real life. People lying. It happens. And they are true stories. But
What do you say for yourself?
I did nothing wrong.
And still you insult me with your denials.
It's not what it seems. I could never betray you, master.
Such insolence! Am I to believe a slave
Women.
over my own wife?
yes.
You must be put to death.
No, master, I beg you. Tell him. Help me. Tell him that
He doesn't deserve to
I
die.
lied.
Why?
Witch. I think she has done this so many times before. She just got denied this time. Look at them hitch.
The 3 vines signify 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will bring you back to the palace, a free man. Tell Pharaoh about my gift. Please, promise me.
Son.
The 3 baskets also signify 3 days. In 3 days,
You will die.
see, tell Pharaoh about me.
I will.
For some reason, there is weather change in my bedroom. So sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's too cold. I don't know.
Oh! Who's there?
No! Ah! Do you hear me? Any kindness you take away. You were the one who gave me the dreams. You brought me the gift.
You talk too much though. You didn't have to tell people. It will be your own family that kills you. Oh.
Potiphar?
Oh my God.
Pharaoh is tortured by a dream. None of his wise men can explain it. I'm to bring you to the palace. How could I have allowed this to happen? My wife...
I understand.
But still, you let him stay in prison, even after knowing the truth. Cool, I wanna get dressed.
The explanation comes from God.
None of my wise men are magicians. None of my gods.
Indeed. Well, it's a different God to start with. It's not the same God as yours.
Healthy cows and ears of grain are 7 years of abundance. The sickly cows and the withered grain means 7 years of famine will follow. You must find a man you can trust.
Potiphar, you trust this man?
With my life, Excellency.
Through this man, I have seen the future of Egypt. Through his deeds, we shall prosper.
See what God can do.
All Egypt. Only
See
Pharaoh
what God
will be
can do.
greater. Call him Zaphnath Paneah. The god
He's even,
speaks,
oh my God, he's
and he
even
lives.
greater than his master. Beautiful. I love this, the harmony and all. You got some wisdom from back home that is teaching them. You see? Everything worked out at the end. God works in mysterious ways. He was needed somewhere else, although the circumstances were not that great. But he helped a whole nation and other nations. Oh, wow. The water turned into mud.
How many in your family?
5.
Fine. Next, please.
A long life for you, Excellency.
And for you.
Here you go.
They here.
You are not Egyptian.
No, sir. My brothers and I have traveled far from Canaan.
Look, go and hide. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, but you haven't contributed to our supply.
We don't ask for charity. We'll pay you with silver.
Is that the same silver? Yes, they saved the money for so many years.
10
What?
foreigners asking
When
for
he said
grain.
youngest,
No
were
ties
they
to
thinking?
Egypt. Are you
Was he
thieves
thinking
hoping
about
to see where we
himself?
store our grain?
Because I don't think at this point he knew that he had a younger brother.
Your Excellency, everything we say is true. I swear it.
Then prove it. Produce this youngest brother.
Why?
What would that prove?
That you're not lying. If you're telling the truth, I will let you buy all the grain you want.
My brothers will come for me.
Shut up.
Maybe they've suffered these last 20 years as well. Maybe they've changed.
No.
Vengeance. It's not a good thing, though.
You've done what I've asked?
Our brother, Benjamin.
He looks like him.
Benjamin, tell me of your mother and father.
My mother is no longer alive.
He got the news by not saying who he is.
Doesn't he trust your brothers to protect you?
He likes me to stay close by.
Really? Why is that?
He was killed.
Killed? How?
By wolves.
Oh my gosh.
One of you has stolen
He's doing the same thing that Potiphar did to him.
Stop! Take me instead. I beg you.
No, take me.
Take me.
The guilt.
You would sacrifice yourselves for a half-brother who's spoiled by your father?
Because I will not make my father suffer again. We were blinded by jealousy and sold him into slavery. For 20 years we have lived with that guilt. My father could not bear it a second time, and neither could we. If anyone is to be punished, it should be us.
I wanna cry. Why? Why?
I will not harm any of you, or our father.
I can't believe you get here. How can it be?
I wanna cry. Why? I'm trying not to.
You will join me here.
I don't want to.
All of you, with your family.
So sad. This music, and the music is so sad.
Father!
I don't wanna cry. I will not cry.
My boy.
He's so old now.
It's a miracle.
Yes, Father. It is a miracle.
Beautiful ending to a beautiful movie. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. About what I was saying earlier, that it's Jacob's fault. If you know the story, Jacob wanted to marry Rachel, how do you say Rachel in English? But according to some costume, they say costume, the youngest cannot get married before the older one. So their father made him work in order to get married to Rahel. But at the wedding day or night, he sneaked in Leah instead. So he had to work another 7 years. I think it was 7 years, to be able to marry Rachel again. The thing is, he really loved Rahel, and he didn't really care for Leah. I think eventually he did, but his love was Rahel. And the thing is, she couldn't bear a child. She couldn't become pregnant. And when she got Joseph, for me, it's like he had been waiting for this day at his old age, waiting to get a son from the woman that he really loved, truly loved, he really wanted. And when that day came, he spoiled Joseph so much that I think in some point he got blinded by all the love that he didn't mind what he was saying around the other children, like making him feel special. Oh, the water turned into mud.
How many in your family?
5.
Fine. Next, please.
A long life for you, Excellency.
And for you.
Here you go.
They here.
You are not Egyptian.
No, sir. My brothers and I have traveled far from Canaan.
Look, go and hide. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, but you haven't contributed to our supply.
We don't ask for charity. We'll pay you with silver.
Is that the same silver? Yes. They saved the money for so many years.
10
What?
foreigners asking
When
for
he say
grain.
youngest,
No
were
ties
they
to
thinking?
Egypt. Are you
Was he
thieves
thinking
hoping
about
to see where we
himself?
store our grain?
Because I don't think at this point he knew that he had a younger brother.
Your Excellency, everything we say is true. I swear it.
Then prove it. Produce this youngest brother.
Why?
What would that prove?
That you're not lying. If you're telling the truth, I will let you buy all the grain you want.
My brothers will come for me.
Shut up.
Maybe they've suffered these last 20 years as well. Maybe they've changed.
No.
Vengeance. It's not a good thing, though.
You've done what I've asked?
Our brother, Benjamin.
He looks like him.
Benjamin, tell me of your mother and father.
My mother is no longer alive.
He got the news by not saying who he is.
Doesn't he trust your brothers to protect you?
He likes me to stay close by.
Really? Why is that?
He was killed.
Killed? How?
By wolves.
Oh my gosh.
One of you has stolen
He's doing the same thing that Potiphar did to him.
Stop! Take me instead. I beg you.
No! Take me!
Take me.
The guilt.
You would sacrifice yourselves for a half-brother who's spoiled by your father?
Because I will not make my father suffer again. We were blinded by jealousy and sold him into slavery. For 20 years we have lived with that guilt. My father could not bear it a second time, and neither could we. If anyone is to be punished, it should be us.
Well, now I wanna cry. Why? Why?
I will not harm any of you, or our father.
I can't believe it. Here. How can it be?
I wanna cry. Why? I'm trying not to.
You will join me here.
I don't want to.
All of you, with your family.
So sad. This music, and the music is so sad.
Father!
I don't wanna cry. I will not cry.
My boy.
He's so old now.
It's a miracle.
Yes, Father. It is a miracle.
Beautiful ending to a beautiful movie. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. About what I was saying earlier, that it's Jacob's fault. If you know the story, Jacob wanted to marry Rachel, how do you say Rachel in English? But according to some costume, they say costume, the youngest cannot get married before the older one. So their father made him work in order to get married to Rahel. But at the wedding day or night, he sneaked in Leah instead. So he had to work another 7 years. I think it was 7 years, to be able to marry Rachel again. The thing is, he really loved Rahel, and he didn't really care for Leah. I think eventually he did, but his love was Rahel. And the thing is, she couldn't bear a child. She couldn't become pregnant. And when she got Joseph, for me, it's like he had been waiting for this day at his old age, waiting to get a son from the woman that he really loved, truly loved, he really wanted. And when that day came, he spoiled Joseph so much that I think in some point he got blinded by all the love that he didn't mind what he was saying around the other children, like making him feel special, teaching him languages, teaching him to read, saying stuff like, no, you are a miracle, you are special. I get it. Like, as a Christian, sometimes we used to say, like, you are sent from God, you are set apart to do his work, to do this or that. And I think some people may be jealous. Some things you don't have to say around people. And this is not only as a Christian, like in everyday life, there are things that you need to hold on to yourself. Like, everybody is not to be told everything. Even in your own family, if you have stuff that you want to do, and you have not seen results yet, but you have ideas or you're doing things, keep it. Everybody doesn't need to know what you're doing. I'm gonna tell, this is a story I was talking about with my boss today, actually, about something that I really want to do, and she be helping me out. And she told me, don't tell everybody about everything. Everybody don't need to know. You know, some stuff she finds out. People go and tell her stuff, like, but of course, she doesn't come and tell me what they're saying. But people can go and tell her stuff, and then be like, let's say, for example, Marlene is doing this, Marlene is doing that, and they are maybe jealous of you, or maybe they are saying, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And everybody doesn't need to know what you're doing. Do your stuff quietly. Even people in your family don't need to know some stuff. Keep some stuff for yourself. Or if you can't, you gotta mind the way you're talking around people. You don't have to say everything exactly the way it is. You can be vague. It's okay to be vague about stuff. Like, you can say, I'm applying for a job. For example, I'm applying for a job. Which job? Well, I'm applying for any job basically, and let's see what happens. You don't need to say. There are people that get jealous, and some people we know them. So I'm very careful about what I'm saying and to whom. I don't say everything to everybody. I have friends that I'm saying some stuff to, and friends that I can say some stuff to. Friends that I can do some type of stuff with, and friends that I don't do some type of stuff with. I think they gotta be, you can do everything with everybody. You can say everything with everybody. You know, so you gotta be really careful, even people in your family, as I've said so many times. And as I was saying, like, it's Jacob's fault. I know he really cherished Joseph pretty much above everybody else, and he showed, and that was the reason why his brothers sold him. I think if Jacob was mindful, I'm not talking about the Bible perspective, I'm talking about the movie. If Jacob was mindful about what he's saying around his other children, this thing wouldn't happen. Okay? You have not taught the other children to read or to learn multiple language. You haven't made beautiful robe to them. You haven't done this or that for them. But you're doing this, and you are being so obvious with this one child. And of course they will think that you love them more. It's the same thing with our own children. If you are showing more attention to one child, the other child will see it, and it will show, and she or he will feel it, and it's not a good feeling. I felt this way myself. I have lived with family members. I've never lived with my parents, or when I was 1 or 2 years old. I've lived with family members. They have treated the children. They have treated the children better than what they have treated me. And we are family, you know. And let's talk about Congo. If you live with with your father's wife, for example, there are people that are evil, okay? The stepmoms are evil. They beat you for no reason just because you are not a kid. They cannot treat you the same as their kid. They are mad that you exist. They are mad that you are part of this house, although their husband is your father. This is stuff that happening in my country. There are kids living in the street because their father go and married somebody else, and that somebody else is maltreating that child. And then when you tell your father about what's going on, they will not believe you because they put the wife above you, above everything. And I'm so passionate about that stuff that it's a struggle to get structure in our countries. Like, I've lived with people, as I said, and have been treated differently. I've been the same age as other kids, but I've been treated badly and differently because I am not that person's child, and that's life. And I just think, as an advice, what I can say to people is be mindful about what you're saying to who, to anyone. It can be family members, it can be colleagues, it can be friends. Some people are jealous, and you don't know how people will react. There are people who are looking for job, and then when you tell them, well, I got promoted, I got this salary, I got this and that, and they say, oh man, I am very glad for you, but deep down you don't know that person be looking for job for 10 years, and you've been looking for 2 months and you got it. Be mindful, careful about what you're saying to whom and who. You don't know. There are best friends out here in the streets that are each other for small change. These things happen. So yeah, we gotta be careful. I'm talking about all of us. We gotta be careful, okay? It's so hard to trust people nowadays. Especially with everything that's happening in the world, everything it's so hard. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what to say around which kind of people. It's hard. I get it. And therefore, I like to be alone. I like to lay in my apartment. I like to come home and lay in my bed and mind my business. Okay. So yeah. And if you have children, be mindful about what you are saying or doing around your children. You cannot favorize one child and mistreat, do you say mistreat the other one? You cannot put the one child above the other one. It will show that kid will be jealous and mad at this kid, and then you don't know what may happen tomorrow. Okay, so with that said, it was a beautiful movie. I've been talking so much. It was a beautiful movie. And yeah, sometimes God put us in situation, or we are put it in some situation that do not look that great, but after that situation, there may be light in the tunnel. Joseph wasn't either mindful of what he was saying around his brothers and doing, so that cost him his life too. But at the end of the day, he was purposed to go to Egypt and help the children of Israel, to help the children of Egypt, to help many nations. And it's because of him that many people survive the famine days, because he had that wisdom to know what to do and help people. So somewhat his struggles turn to blessings for other people. And yeah, he had to suffer for some years to live happily ever after a few years. So sometimes when we're going through stuff, you don't know when it's gonna end. There's always a light after the tunnel. Your tunnel may be really long, but you still gotta get out of that tunnel. Okay, the tunnel is never closed. There's always a light. Maybe you're not seeing it now, but you always see a light. Maybe it's not a big light, a great light, maybe a little light, but a light is a light. Okay. Yeah, with that said, thank you guys for being here. It's been a pleasure to watch this movie with you, and I hope you like this reaction, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction. I'm gone. Bye bye. Peace.